Hey, 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 it's me, lightblockmount, coming back. Did you miss me? I bet you did. So we're here with a kind of insane build because I couldn't decide how I wanted to do this. Like, I went back and forth so much between all of these colors. So we're making a casino. Cash money casino. And so I wanted to make it look like a stack of dollar bills. And yes, I looked up a reference to try and make it in pixel form. So that's Benny Franklin right there in all his glory. But so the main theme is indecisiveness, I guess. You can see here, one example is I tried to put some little flip of the roof to make it look kind of like dollar bills, like kind of ratty. But then I decided that was too much and I think I took them off. But so the main theme is indecisiveness, also because maybe I did leave those. You'll see that I kind of make a switch up like halfway through, and I couldn't decide between something really sleazy and something like very refined. So I kind of did both. Yes, I made two for this. So I think I started out kind of in between, right? But here I'm just getting all of the items that I thought would be appropriate. So like all of the card tables and games. And of course the hookah, because we all know that casinos smell like ass smoke. Yeah, not my favorite part about casinos. I mean, nothing about casinos is my favorite in any way. I hate them, but I made one, alas. Oh, okay, so the third floor also is a little confusing. Like, pretend that the person that runs this casino lives upstairs. So they like do all of their business stuff upstairs. Oh wait, no, they actually don't live up there. There's no bedroom. So it's just like an office. Sometimes in my builds, I like take the outside pattern and put it in on the flooring. And so I tried that, but then, wait, did I keep it? No, I didn't. Because, I don't know, usually when I do that, I adjust the layout to match the patterns. So like I would put a wall kind of where Benny Franklin is, and I use that as like the base for separating off spaces. But then I just decided that it wasn't working out the way I wanted to, and also the mix of all the colors from the dollar bill just like didn't work. See here, this was where I was like, oh shit, what do I want to do? This doesn't look trashy like I was thinking. Yeah, it was like all of the mix of things. It was like I had to go one way or the other, and I was trying to do both, and yeah, I feel like that's my life. So yeah, I figured out that I cannot mix, so I think I started going hard on the more fancy first, and I actually lost a bunch of footage for converting it, which I think is fine because you'll see the end result. But because basically everything is in the same place, it's just like changing furniture out and whatever. It kind of ended up like a little bit Western themed, because I guess Las Vegas is a little bit of what I was thinking of, but maybe like more old timey. Well, Las Vegas is really new, so maybe more California way back in the gold rush kind of thing. It could also be like very 70s sleaze, like with the wallpaper everywhere and like faux marble and like the intense patterns kind of everywhere. Like, I think that's 70s, right? Especially the green and with the orange. I don't know. It's like that really rich, luxurious bohemian vibe, but like American so into something for rich people. So not boho at all, but like trying to be. I'm honestly kind of a sucker for this type of aesthetic in real life because it's just so over the top, and real life is actually over the top, but everything we make is not, so that we don't keep stressing out. But okay, wait. That's existential. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, so I even changed like the outside colors to match for the pretty versus non-pretty. Well, it's not pretty versus non-pretty. It's like, it's sleazy versus classy. Okay. So yeah, I tried to match the outside to the theme, obviously. Oh yeah, the fizzing table I made so that people could make drinks. And yeah, I put like all the cocktail stuff there, so it should be a very fun time for you guys. Yeah, added chess and the dartboard because I feel like that's very casino, and also the DJ because like, not that they have DJs in casinos, but I figured it was related, you know, like, I don't know, like, you're trying to get the full experience of, like, club plus casino, right? Just, like, overall having fun vibes, right? Plus criminal vibes upstairs. So you really have everything. So even though this is kind of, like, set back in the day, you know, how else are you supposed to do a slot machine in this thing, right? So like I had to use what was available, use some games like the arcade machine, which is also gambling in real life, so but then also like like the big TVs, and I tried to pick the luxurious ones for the utmost experience. Yeah, so you can literally play almost any game in this thing, I think. Oh yeah, the bathroom is... I really like that they have stalls and stuff, so I use the kind of nicer stalls there. See, if I were someone else, I'm sure the fact that the stalls don't fit perfectly in that room would bug the shit out of someone, but and honestly, it would have given me more room, but I think the stairs were interfering. I'm not sure. I'm making excuses. I left it like that. I'm very sorry. You can do with it what you want. I'm sorry. And yeah, so there's a little bar, and oh yeah, and the piano and live music, so you can have either the DJ or the live music. And it's also like the entertainment space is separate from the card game space and then from the arcade space, right? Oh, and I put a little divination table. I forgot about that because I figured, you know, they're up to some shady shit, and what shadier shit is there than ghost shit, right? Yeah, so I have a bunch of desks and stuff because I guess they have multiple employees, or they just have a lot of paperwork and a lot of... I guess they're really good criminals here, you know? Don't ask about the cupcake machine. I don't know why I put that. Maybe I think I just wanted to use it. Like, I needed something there. And also, I just thought it would be funny. You know, the criminal's grandma comes over and makes some cupcakes or something. But also, they could be weed cupcakes. Or, like, for drugs, you know? But also, they could be... pretend that they're, like, printing money with it. But it's cupcakes. So they're paying with cupcakes? I don't know. I was actually kind of surprised how much I was able to put in here, considering like casinos aren't an actual thing in here. Like the vending machines really help with like the lottery look. And I guess it's kind of like a gotcha, right? Which is technically gambling, which is nice and cute and fun. Not really, but you know. I should also probably mention that the vault I have in here, yeah, I don't really know functionally how that works. I honestly didn't really test much of that apart from like making sure they can get behind every nook and cranny. So like physically my sim can get anywhere, but just not sure like if things actually work the way they're supposed to. Again, that's where my downfall is, because I didn't actually like properly play in this. I just kind of made it. Maybe I will play with it at some point. I've played with the Bigfoot one, and I'm planning to play with another one that is not yet out. I haven't really played with many of these because they're just kind of to build for others. Yeah, there were a lot of like good classy decorations, and also the decorations really made this like Western vibe. Like in the downstairs, I used a lot of those like car images and stuff. The one place that was a little harder to decorate was the arcade, because there were just so many different styles going on, and also I was using a lot of things that I don't normally use, like those coin posters and like things about the stocks and like the money bank thing. It was just a big mishmash. I mean, most of my stuff is a big mishmash of everything, so that makes sense, but it was just more difficult than usual. Yeah, I think I had a lot more pictures and stuff in the fancy one. I'm not really, I think it's just because I wanted to show that they have more of their shit together. So they are more curating their stuff, or better at curating their stuff. They have more available funds to launder into their exquisite design tastes. I also, of course, just had to put the hearing device, what is it called? The spying device thing, because apparently I'm obsessed with it and have to put it in every build. But also because, of course, they're criminals. They need to spy on anybody, everybody, always. And then I put the little disc outside to make it a little more techie, you know? But yeah, these people are very worldly, and I really love that about them because I aspire to be that as well. They have a long history of wealth and criminality. Yeah, they're probably pretty snarky and mean, and that's why we love them. Okay, so I honestly don't have much more to say about the inside of this mess, other than this is me putting in the rugs at the end. Oh wait, maybe I already did that. But yeah, so we're going to be coming upon what I was going to do with the outside. Now, I had no idea, because are you supposed to go outside in a casino? I don't think so. They want you inside playing games 24/7. They have no windows on purpose, right? Literally, this has no windows. Absolutely none. And that was on purpose, because I know how they think. Oh, except the door. The door does have windows. Okay, so yeah, not even the bathroom has windows. Wow, I did a good job. But anyway, the outside, I was really having a hard time deciding what to do, other than I knew I wanted to use those like chess piece lights, because it was clear that, you know, chess is a big part of Sims, and you know, is a pretty core game that the Sims can play, and I feel like is kind of like they also were just like the main game outdoor theme available. First, apart from the chess pieces, I wanted to make it look like it was actually a bag that the money was in, right? And it wasn't turning out the way that I wanted it to. Like, it wasn't 3D enough, or it just like, I don't know. There was something that wasn't working out with that. So instead, I just went for like a bit more traditional outdoor kind of look, you know, high hedges to keep the onlookers from seeing all their wealth being poured out into this family's pockets, a big giant gate to keep those in debt trapped, and some nice pillars to make sure there's some structural integrity there, because this is high quality, high class. We need to make sure that it's going to stay intact. But with that checkerboard theme, I decided to use the checkered flooring, and I kind of wanted like a little terrace, like a little area where you can like enjoy some fresh air, and even though again they don't want you doing that, but just to, you know, like a little bit more like golf course, or no, like manor vibes, like I'm in a maze and there are hedges and statues and that kind of vibe. I was also thinking that like this outdoor area could be like, oh, the VIP area, you know, they get to go and hang out and have their little cocktail. Not that there's any tables or anything out there for people to sit, but oh well. Yeah, but you can also see I put that thing outside the front door. I figured that could be like an ATM, like, you know, people trying to get money, and I don't think that's actual. What even is that? I forget. Maybe I didn't have the ATM, but And then also the trash can around the back, that didn't really fit the like regal vibe of like this one, but it definitely fit for the sleazy one, but I figured I'd keep it there for like gameplay purposes, so people can like try and scrounge for money and that kind of thing. And yeah, made sure to put some signage out because I feel like casinos tend to have that kind of thing, and just decorating more. I definitely feel like I tend to pack in the decorations way more than other builders that I see. I don't know if people actually like that, but I guess that helps if like you don't have all of the packs, so that it's like trying to use a lot so that like even if you don't have everything, like it's still somewhat filled out. Yeah. This is me gameplay testing everything to make sure that like people can get around in all the areas. And then now I am finally getting to the sleazy part. I didn't lose as much footage as I actually initially thought, which is great. But you can see like I tried to make the colors all dingy, and I stuck with that original like wallpaper that I had previously. And I think I actually I think I prefer the dingy one. I think it's just like more fun to play in because of the vibe. But I tried to like mismatch everything as much as possible, and within reason, right? Not like fully going out of the color palette, but trying to get like mismatched chairs, went a little bit more red rather than orange for the accent color. And you know, that was pretty easy to find. And yeah, no, I don't know. I just love mismatching in The Sims. I know so many people get really like bothered by that. But I love it, and I think it makes it so much more fun. I mean, it definitely is a problem if you're like really trying to match things, but clearly that's not the vibe. But yeah, oh my god, I loved that I put the graffiti everywhere. Not that like your Sims can get to like that extra portion of that little balcony area. Maybe I could have done something with that. You know, you can always build that out if you want to. But oh well. Oh yeah, so I made it look extra gross with those kind of like dead vines, and was really trying to like just make it gross, I guess, but like still kind of enclose the space. And those cars there, I was like, oh my god, what if it's like a lottery, like you can win this car, oh my god, like so I really liked that idea, and like maybe I could have done that for the more prim and proper version, but for some reason the car just feels like a lot more low class, and maybe I guess the cars themselves are like not like the most sporty cars, so like it didn't really fit that vibe. So this is really like, you know, trying to entice a lower class individual. But yeah, oh my god, we're gonna finally get the run through of everything. This is, oh, where am I going? Oh my god. Okay. I don't know, I don't remember if okay, I'm just gonna let it play. Okay, never mind. I decided to talk through. So you can see the wallpaper. I really liked this. Even though it looks kind of shabby, I was like, okay, no, this is needed because it looks like paper. And so I was like trying to get that vibe of like, okay, this is a bunch of stacks of dollar bills, right? And you could see also that little pile. I couldn't get rid of that. I'm sorry. Sometimes I keep like placing, there's another one. Or maybe I planted a tree. I can't remember. yeah, so there is some room for playing around with plants here. And you can see I also was able to use the ceiling decoration thing. Finally, I am really glad that that turned out here. And I love all the gold everywhere. It's giving like casino. It's just giving straight up casino. I forget what the casinos in Vegas are, but those ones. Maybe not the wood so much, but there's not really like a lot of like stone or marble type stuff. That would be like really awesome to get. Even with like the new like castle stuff, I feel like is not very much in that vibe. So I definitely wish we had more of that. The VR definitely doesn't fit the vibe, but it's a mishmash. I feel like casinos do kind of feel like that, so oh well. And I did try to make it look like this was like a public bathroom, even though it is up the stairs. I mean, that was the only place to actually put it. And then the little desk corner. I tried to make it so it looked like they had an art collection. That was pretty expensive. And yeah, I hope that you like this. And now we're going to switch to the sleeves. My favorite. I liked that I got to put a lot more signs around and just like make it ridiculous. You can see like some of the lights and stuff are the same. I tried to keep all the same functionality as much as possible, but just tried to increase the dinge factor. Some spray paint cans, and you could see also I like tried to add a lot of cracks and stuff around. It's kind of hard to see with the wallpaper color or pattern, but I did try to do that. Oh, there, you can see it pretty good there. Yeah. Yeah. I was also able to use a lot more of the kind of informal type decorations, so a little bit more like bar vibes or like posters and that kind of thing. A little bit more like hometown, even though it's a really big casino, like, well, I guess it's technically like would be small in real casino case, but I do feel like it's giving like small town, so I kind of like that. And I even changed the TVs out to like slightly less flat screen, so that even that kind of adds a bit more of that. Changed the color of the hookah, added some different carpets, added some graffiti on the walls, changed the wallpaper in here. Most of the art I think I got rid of here because I figured this didn't have as much collecting going on. They're struggling a little bit more. Maybe not as much family history, not so well established. Bit more of a mess. Oh, I did have the ATM. Why didn't I put that in the front? I don't know. And here are the screenshots of where you can find them on the gallery. Thanks for watching.